So Juelz Santana went on this podcast recently and said something that just blew my mind. Um, well, actually, saw some headlines and saw other people talk about it. So I haven't actually seen the whole clip because I want what I say to just come spewing out. You know what I'm saying? Like off my head. I want to have an honest opinion about what he's about to say. So let's see what old Professor Jules have to say and break it down. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
G shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though, just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early. Because by the time they get to ninth grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to learn how to know how to read. Wait. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can. What's the point? Reading or math? Math. Told you. Math. I think you could you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. And you don't have to know how to read. That's not a reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, you know what I'm saying? Like nowadays you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power. Not to you gotta read the contract, you don't have to. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy? Huh? It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky you don't have to read. Shit got to be told to you. So, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like you don't need to know how to read. Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit. At a restaurant, like it's mad shit you gotta read. You saying that? You just gotta know what you like. You know what I want. You ain't gotta read the restaurant. You can just say, "What is this? A steak joint? I want steak, nigga. I want. What y'all steak come with? What y'all shit gonna take over?"
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna give him props by saying that the reading stuff, the education, the book smarts, they need to get that early. He did say that at first. We need to get, the educating, the book smarts, the school smarts. They need to get that early, which is true. I've always been the one to say these kids need to learn how to read, do some math, write their name, know their colors, before they even step foot in the kindergarten. And they need to read constantly to get this, what I'm saying, just to get their brains moving. But then he says you need to be financial. You don't need literacy to be financially literate, which I didn't understand how you can separate the two. But anywho, let me tell y'all something, man. Juelz Santana's, if he doesn't sound as ignorant as they come, I don't know who does. He giving rappers a bad name. He's like one of the examples or the reasons. He shows you why a lot of these entertainers are broke, sell millions of records, signing to these labels and have no money. I signed $1 million contract with such and such record label. But then when the record comes out, you sell 1 million records and you got $33,000 that you made and you don't understand why. It's because you couldn't read the contract. Now he says AI, you got all these apps and AI can read stuff for you. I get it. That's the problem. AI has been around for a little while. Google has been around for a few years. Does he not remember the COVID epidemic? And while all these kids now, when you talk to these professors and these administrators in these colleges, they say that a lot of these kids can't do basic math problems. Well, the statistics show you that about 17% of all kids in school are proficient in reading, math, and science in whatever grade, including graduating seniors. And so when they go to these colleges, I'm talking about Ivy League colleges, talking about a lot of their kids can't, read, won't read, hadn't read a book, can't comprehend. That's the thing about it that he's missing. It's the comprehension. See, here's the thing. Like I said a few minutes ago, you read to help develop that brain to be able to sit and read and create ideas, be able to see. See, like he said, you can get a book, you know what I'm saying? A book, like a book app, whatever, like what is it? I don't know, Kindle, like a Kindle. They can read the books to you. I don't like that because my attention span is not that long when it comes to reading a book or listening to a story. I know people who use that, and I don't see how they can understand the book because they're always doing something, which is why you can't get a complete task done when, in a timely manner. Shoot, I can watch a movie and going through it, I'm gonna have to rewind a little bit. If I'm the type of person that if I got to get up in the middle of a movie, watching a TV show or something, I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna come back and watch it. But you got people that would just get up, go to the kitchen, go to the restroom, run outside, do whatever while the movie or the TV show is still playing. I can't do that because I want to understand from the beginning to the end. But I'm a reader. I'm a reader. I like all details. Not reading and not knowing how to comprehend something because people can read. Anybody can read words. You can give a kid a book, and if he knows how to pronunciate words, he could read freaking chapter books and novels. But does he understand what he's reading? If you don't understand what he's reading, it's like, okay, that's cute, but you're not comprehending. You can't give me a summary of what you read. What's the purpose? But like I said, it helps develop the mind to create like critical thinking skills because you got to be able to read something. Because here's the problem. Because he's somebody shouldn't not knowing how to read, don't have to know how to read, and these apps can read them for you. So when they read the book for you, let's say you in school, you got a question, you got to go back and find that spot, and it's got to read it for you again. Me again, I'm a type of person now. Learning, I like to read, but also I'm a guy who feels you can learn best by doing hands on, which I get it. But here's the main reason why kids, you have to learn how to read. If above all else, you live in a world of readers, people that control the world, they read. They create people that create these apps can read. You can tell an app, "Hey, I want to create a program to do this, that, and the third," and it'll create it for you. But if you can't read, I've read plenty of stories online, and it'll tell you that the news article was created or was created with the help of AI, and you go through it and you can tell some of the words are not sometimes misspelled, sometimes it's the wrong words, sometimes there's punctuation missing, and to me, it destroys the whole credibility of the article. You have to understand if you own a business. Let's say you own a business, a car wash. Just can't just okay, car wash. Okay, well, you got to buy soap. You got to know what kind of soap it is, right? Uh, you got to buy the brushes. You got to make sure you got water filters. All these things. These are things that you have to be able to look at and say, okay, is this the right car soap? Is this the deluxe? Is this the wax? Is the what is the Carbona? Is that a type of wax? Is this the Ajax soap? Is this the top brand? What's the difference in the two? This, that, and the third. You can always, let's say like you go on Amazon and look at reviews, and yeah, let's say the app reads the reviews for you. Okay, that's fine. But a lot of those reviews are fake. You know what I'm saying? So when the app is reading, you can't tell if it's an app that if you can't tell if it's a bot that created that review or if it's a real person that created that review. It could be fake even by reading it, but when you get an app reading it, it's going to sound the same, and you're not going to know what's real, what's fake, and you end up buying a product that came from a country, and it comes back, the directions, instructions are not in English, and it looks cheap as tissue paper, one ply tissue paper, and now you upset. But if you could have read that, it's a little easier to decipher what's real, what's fake, what has a quality and what doesn't. But yeah, like I said, Juelz Santana, and that dude sitting next to him, I don't know what's in that cup, but he need to pour it out. He need to pour it out because it done wrecked his brain too. Yes, my fella, you got to know how to read. I'm sorry. Like I said, that's why a lot of these athletes, a lot of these entertainers, especially entertainers, don't have money, selling all these records and don't have money because they can't read the contract. And the people that run these record labels, the people that's running YouTube, the people that's running these apps where you can, these streaming apps and stuff like that, those people read, and they're going to send you a contract, and you're going to have to sign it. Now you're going to sit there and let the app read it to you. You ain't going to understand it. So you know what you're going to have to do? You still going to have to hire a lawyer to read it for you, to actually read it for you. There's no law app that's going to read the contract for you. And it may give you a summary, but it ain't nothing like having a real life lawyer who can say, hey, this is what it's saying. This is how they're going to get you. This, that, and the third. Because a lot of times them AI apps and stuff, they're going to not have any kind of, can't say bias, but they're not going to be able to tell you what's, what to look out for. It's going to be like neutral. Yeah, that's a good word. Neutral. When they read you and read to you and explain to you what those contracts say. So you want to buy, he said you got to have, financial literacy. How can you have financial literacy without looking at numbers? Do you know what literacy literally means? Like literal, like it's right there, like you can actually see it, like you can actually read it. So how are you going to be financially literate and not know how to read finances, not know how to read numbers, not know how to read word problems, not know how to add and subtract, because you got to read numbers, percentages, fractions. How you gonna be able to do that? I'm confused. But anyway, man, but the look on his face shows me that he ain't too bright as it is. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what he say, steak. He say, Deuce, and the dude over here with the with I think those are the old Deion Sanders look like. Shout out to that brother who's saying, hey, what if you go to a restaurant and you got to read a menu, and this dummy over here talking about Floyd Mayweather don't read that stuff. Floyd Mayweather can read. He's just cannot read on the highest level. But I'm sure he can read enough. I know he can read enough to where he can talk to a lawyer and talk to lawyers that can break stuff down to him if need be. Floyd Mayweather is not 5-year-old illiterate. I doubt it. I'm sure he got a team around him who can read to help him out. So he can go on with that, trying to be funny. But the brother, like I say, with the look like the Deion Sanders talking about, you got to read read a menu. And Juelz say, man, you just got to know what you like. You know what I mean? You know how many times I've went to a restaurant, whether it's mid-scale, high upscale, and be like, you know what? I want to try something new. I want to try something different. A lot of apps are not going to, just not going to read. I don't know too many apps are going to read a menu for you if it's not already like plugged in online, which might be something, a good investment maybe restaurants should put in. But still, many times I go to a restaurant and say, let me try something different. Are you looking for something that, because I don't eat meat, you know what I'm saying? So first thing I'm looking for are the vegetarian or vegan dishes. That's what I'm looking for, but I had to read it. You know what I'm saying? You have to know where the vegan dish is at on the menu. Gotta say, you gotta know what you like. Bring me this. How you know that restaurant has that? You don't know that restaurant sells that because you ain't read the menu. But anyway, man, that's all I got. I don't know. Then they say when you argue with ignorant people, you know what I'm saying? People with some sense can never tell the difference of who's who. So let me be done with this. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I leave you in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.